Hello, callers, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with Ansu Fati, as it has been reported that there are rising tensions between Barcelona forward Ansu and his super agent Josh Mendes, as future of the player hangs in the balance now. We are going to be discussing on that report as we progress. Then to conclude this episode, we are going to be talking about Brazilian prodigy Vitor Roque, as FC Barcelona are reportedly set to make a move for the 18-year-old, after exit operations. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into the stories in much detail, please make sure to subscribe if you haven't. If you're just coming across the channel for the very first time, you are very welcome. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. On Monday night, there was a meeting between Barca officials and super agent George Mendes, Vice President Rafa Yuste, Director of Football Matteo Alemani, and soon-to-be Sporting Director Deco. All attended the meeting on the club's behalf. One of the main topics on the agenda was the future of a certain Ansu Fati. The 20-year-old attacker has been put up for sale by the Catalan giants, but the player is very reluctant to leave the club this summer. As such, Sport is reporting that tensions are rising between Fati and his agent, Mendes, owing to their contrasting stances on his future. Why Ansu Fati remains intent on staying at Barca and succeeding at the club, Mendes has given his word on to the La Liga champions Barcelona that he will do everything in his power to get him to leave in the summer. Josh Mendes is not only working for the benefit of the club but also believes that an exit would be the best interest for his client Ansu. The Barcelona Academy Ace endured a difficult season last time out, and the Portuguese super agent feels that another campaign like this could fully stall the youngster's progress in his career. As such, he is trying to place Ansu Fati at a top Premier League club, but there has been no breakthrough. Mendes even proposed the option of Fati moving to Wolverhampton Wanderers as part of a deal that would see Ruben Neves join Barcelona. Barca would be open to such an arrangement, but Ansu Fati has no desire to play for Wolves despite his agent insisting that it will only be an intermediate step in his career before moving to a bigger club. Barcelona are running out of time and need to finalize an exit at the earliest possible, with Fati being their favored candidate to depart. But with no attractive offers and the player's unwillingness to leave, George Mendes faces a huge challenge to secure his exit before June 30, especially with tensions said to be at a maximum between him and his clients. The super agent, though, believes that he can still convince Ansu Fati and his family that an exit is the best option for him. However, whether he is able to place the forward at a top club remains to be seen. Ansu have been linked with a host of Premier League clubs like United, Arsenal, Chelsea, and so on and so forth. The player have endured a very terrible season this time, and so unfortunate that he has not played up to the expectations that most scholars were expecting. And of course, there have been a lot of reports these past few days that Josh Mendes is trying to push him out and is trying to push it to convince him that, look, if you stay at Barca and you risk having this kind of season that you just had, it's going to be detrimental to your career. So don't take that risk. But Ansu Fati have insisted time and time and time again that he is not going anywhere. And that is where there is a problem. Barcelona are hoping to sell. Barcelona have really put him on the market, but the player still refusing to go. He wants to succeed at Barca. So there's a huge problem. There was a meeting recently, as I earlier said, between the club's executive and also including super agent George Mendes. And it is believed that Ansu Fati was being mentioned in that meeting, as the player's future remains a hot topic of discussion. Let's see what happens to Ansu Fati, because honestly, when Ansu Fati comes back to his best, Barca will never like to sell him. But I think maybe during pre-season, Javi would like to evaluate many of his players, and I think if you want to sell him before pre-season matches, it's going to be very risky. We saw Ansu Fati banging 3 goals in his last 2 La Liga matches. When the season was coming to a close, Ansu Fati was on form because we saw him being sharp in front of goal, scoring a brace against Mallorca in the last Camp Nou match, and scoring a single goal, which was a consolation goal against Celta Vigo in the last match day. I think he was so brilliant in that game as well. And definitely, if Javi can just be patient and maybe just say maybe, just maybe, Fati is trying to return to his best, I think pre-season will be a great way to evaluate him in the matches. If he performs well in the games that we have pre-season, then just who knows, Barca might just change their mind. Javi might just change his mind about Ansu Fati's future. But let's see how it goes as Josh Mendes continues to put pressure on the player to leave for the betterment of his career, but Ansu Fati doesn't see it in the same way. So guys, let's move now to the next story of discussion. Barcelona have a priority list prepared for the summer window ahead as they look to reinforce their team next season. The Catalans have the green light from La Liga already to start their transfer business, starting with exits first. Javi Hernandez has already talked about the need to sign a pivot before anything else, followed by other positions such as central midfield, right back, left wing, and another center forward. While signing a striker is far from a priority, Barca still want to add depth to that position as Robert Lewandowski is one left without second choice option in the squad. Secondly, Robert, turning 35 soon, will be a need for us to sort out that replacement issue for the Pole. Of course, Barca's first choice option for that role is Brazilian teenager Vitor Roque. Why they considered it difficult to move for the player this summer, now it is being reported by Sport that Barca are ready to make a move for him in the summer. They will actively pursue the player after completing the exit operations from the squad so as to raise enough money to pay for his €40 million valuation. Roque has convinced Barcelona's coaching staff and has the approval of the technical staff and the scouting department as well, including directors Matteo Alemani and Deco. The club bet on him strongly and believe his technical and physical attributes can help him mark an era at the club. Still only 18, Vitor has can serve as Lewandowski's backup in his first season and will eventually be promoted to take over the role completely in the eventual years ahead. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.